Greetings, now I would like to present our observation based on the Cucina. We had conducted the survey on the 17th of April 2017 around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. First of all, I would like to talk about the individual behavior, personality and values. Individual behavior defined as how an individual behaves at work. Firstly, the force of an employee affects their direction, intensity, and persistence of voluntary behavior. Where, for an example, the workers arrive work on time as we interviewed them. If anyone's late for work, they would inform their managers first. As they report to work, they would print their thumbprint. As we observe, the employees are very disciplined and very punctual because of this new technology. There is no more punch card system. The managers stated that employees will be rewarded if they come to work on time. The second is the employees are being very professionalism, which fast to free the seats for the next customers online. As we arrived at the restaurant, they greet us with a smile, then place us according to the number of customers and gave us the menu books. As we are ready to order, a waitress approached us and took the order with honors, and she quickly moved to the other customer table to take their orders too. This showed that her self-input for the restaurant. Within 20 minutes after she took the orders, the foods are served with proper etiquette. Thirdly, the employees have their own plan to work in their restaurant during the peak hours where there are many customers. One employee will take care of 2 tables. So their work will be done easily and quickly, therefore, they sustain their effort until they reach their target. One of the employees said that they have goals and they have to put effort to achieve it, so that the restaurant mission will be reached. This self-assessment of employees' attitude to their job is a good first step to motivate themselves. The fourth one is aptitude, which help the employees to master in a specific task more quickly and perform better. For an example, the Cucina restaurant employee professionally uses finger dexterity to make an order quickly, which is digital order kiosk. Fifth, learned capabilities are one of the elements which characteristics of a work staff which resulting in superior performances. From the observation, the skill, and knowledge the staff used in presenting the tables and meals shows clearly that they are well educated in the hotel and management stream, and they are applying now in their workplace. Sixth, there are 5 factors in personality, which are: conscientiousness characterizes people who are organized, thorough, and methodical. From the survey that we had, the employees are well organized, where the waitress usher us into the restaurant to our seats in a polite way. They also organized the table well by placing the utensils, plates and glass on the dining table with clean and by fine dining etiquette. Next, agreeableness dimension includes the traits of being helpful, good-natured, tolerances, selfless and generous. The Cucina restaurant's waitress helped us to choose our dishes, and she also being selfless to explain each and every dish taste even though she looks tired but still speak kindly. Furthermore, neuroticism is a personality dimension describing people who tend to be insecure, anxious, self-conscious, depressed, and temperamental. Based on the survey, what we can conclude about them are: the employees have low neuroticism, high emotional stability, poised, secured and calm. The employees having high emotional stability, where they can even control themselves by not easily get depressed, give up and anger at any situation, mostly during peak hours. Then, openness to experience referred to the extent to which people are creative. The Cucina restaurant employees creatively decorate the restaurant with some celebration pictures which held over there, and they used some feng shui to decorate the surroundings. The restaurant was arranged neatly with things such as vases and lights. Finally, Extroversion is a personality that dimension describing people who are sociable. We had found out that particular number of waitresses being extroversion to the customers. Meanwhile, some were introversion who are quiet and less interactive with customers. Now we are going to talk about perceiving ourselves and others in organization. First, foremost is complexity refers to the numbers of distinct and important roles or identities that people perceived about themselves. As we interview them, the one of the waitress told us, she sometimes plays different kind of roles in the restaurant, as she acts as a supervisor, which she keeps the supply units left and what need to buy for the kitchen usage, and she also plays roles as cashier too, where she had learned to handle electronic billing machine. Secondly, is self-esteem, the extent to which people like, respect, and satisfied with themselves, which represent a global self-evaluation. It gives a good respect among people if an individual well dressed. So, the employees are more confident in bringing up themselves in front customers, which we found out by noticing the employee's cheerful face. Thirdly, selective attention is the process of attending to some information received from our sensors and ignoring other information. We too have noticed at the restaurant that a group of customers who were sitting just opposite us were usually used to call and ask help or their needs to the particular waitress only. From the situation, we assumed that the customers might be long-term customers and they particularly liked the service provided by the particular waitress only. Because we had noticed too that the waitress being so socialized when she communicates with the customers, where she being so kind and friendly too, not that only, she too never hesitates to fulfill their needs. Fourthly, confirmation bias is a process of screening out information that is contrary to our values and assumptions and to more readily accepted confirming information. On the other side of our table, we saw a Malay family came to dine in. They were more particular by requesting for a Malay waitress to take their orders. From this we can understand that they were more particular about their religion's rules and regulations, which they want to dine in with halal foods. This act by the family shows that the family trusts the Malay waitress, as she is too a Malay, so she will be understanding their situation very well. Lastly, attribution, which a process of deciding whether an observed behavior or event is caused largely by internal or external factors. There was a situation where a waitress having some problem when serving the meal to a customer, so another waitress not just standing there, she just volunteers herself to help her serve the customers. As an observer, we first considered consistency, whether she has performed poorly when serving other customers too. First, we thought there is something wrong with her, or she might have some internal problem like she having a cold, not being well. That is why she cannot do her work well, or maybe because of lack sufficient of skill. Finally, we are going to touch on workplace, emotion, attitudes, and stress. Firstly is about surrounding, where the restaurant also have prepared places and furniture. Tables are arranged well, which is suitable enough space for customers to walk and move freely around the restaurant. The customer can sit at where they want to sit. They also set up a place for wash hands. The customer can go wash their hands after have their meals. In addition, the restaurant has set up comfortable cushions for the customers. They also provide baby chair for baby. We also observe that the restaurant doesn't have sufficient place for the kids to play and run, but they have set up a place as PlayStation. They have set up games like chess, cube, and books. The restaurant was covered with a sun protector to avoid the sunlight, and there also have an air conditioner to the customer to not feel so hot in the restaurant. The customer will feel better and cool with it. We feel very cool when we have a seat at there. Second is dress code. Waiters were well dressed in French style and wear a cap. She was wearing her workplace uniform, which was a black shirt and black pants. She also was wearing a hat, which we thought was their trademark outfit. She also wore apron and tucked her hair into the hat, thus making us feel that this restaurant really pressures about the cleanliness of the workers. Thirdly, is the behavior of the employees. Before taking our order, she greeted us sweetly and we felt welcomed. Then, with a smile on her face, she asked for our orders politely, and she waited until all of us have ordered without any hesitation or boredom. Then, after noting down our orders on a paper, she repeated our orders and made a confirmation on that before keying in the orders into the system. Within a short while, our drinks were served on the table by a waiter with such elegance and speed. She was fast, but at the same time very careful not to spill the drinks. Then after a few minutes, one by one, our foods were served on our tables by different waiters. All of them were so polite and smooth during the serve. They were so concerned about the safety when serving. Then when we were eating, they were standing a bit far from us, noticing us whether we are calling them or not. This shows that they are always ready to serve the customers. Fourthly, is about halal, where in our observation, we have observed that the restaurant is halal restaurant. There were not served pork in the restaurant. They serve halal food only, which is can eat and serve for Malay customers. The restaurant is most suitable for Muslims and non-Muslims. Lastly, is about specialists restaurant that was so unique and different from other restaurants. For example, the place and the environment were set up in an Italian way. This can be seen clearly where there are writings and quotes all around the restaurant in the language of Italy, which is Italian. We also noticed that there is Wi-Fi available in that restaurant. Finally, we had reached to our last part of our observation, which is the question and answer section. The very first question, why Cucina is chosen? We choose the restaurant as our observation because it is a very demanding place among Labuan people. The restaurant is a high-class restaurant which attracts foreigners to dine in by their creative interior design. The second question is, what are the specialities can be found? From the observation, we found out the restaurant's specialty, which the restaurant is situated in a very strategic area which surrounded by many hotels and cafes. Other than that, they provide customers to do celebration in their restaurant by offering free cake for them, which this is one of the strategies to attract customers.
And thank you.